There's Mikey up there trimming the grass hedges. It's a wet day today, a wet bank holiday Monday. Now, I don't want a tough day today because it's wet and miserable, but I still want to get a few jobs ticked off the list. So what I've done, I've scheduled in some jobs which are pretty good to do in the wet. Clearing the car park, so you know, I'm not going to damage people's lawns today by clearing a car park. There is grass cutting to do today, but it's pretty damage limitation. They're just commercial lawns and they're not, you know, as good as some of the lawns I do on the residential jobs. So yeah, I'd much rather be here on a wet day rather than being on a residential job, sort of you know, destroying somebody's lawn. As you saw in our video on Saturday, we was doing a lawn care job and the weather was ideal for that, but I'm not sure how I would handle having too many sort of lawn renovation jobs and that, the way the weather's been so far this year. I think I'd really struggle, and I think you'd be forced out to do jobs when it's not necessarily the best conditions to do it either. So I think it is good to get a really good balance in this industry of jobs. So like today, I've got this commercial work to fall back on, which is ideal in the wet weather. And this job I'm on today, they're not expecting me on a set day at a set time, and I can let myself in and out, and also they don't care if I'm here any day of the week or anything like that. The security people know to expect us, so that's not a problem. But yeah, if I was just doing lawn care all the time, you know, if I was just doing everything by the book, I don't think I'd be doing a lot of work at the moment. So even though I really enjoy doing the lawn care, I'm like, how much would I have got done in March? And you know, and this month hasn't started too well either. Yeah, so this job I'm on today, I've been coming for quite a number of years. For the guys watching this who are new in their business, I used to come here and only cut the hedges once a year. And because that's what they asked me to do. And it was a big hedge cutting job. Me and Mike, we did it in a day. And if you look back in my videos, you can see us doing it in a day. Even though somebody commented once saying, "You're pulling people's pisses, aren't you? There's no way you've done that in a day." But I suppose it's very subjective what you can do in a day. But but what I tell you now, guys, is how I quote this. A couple of years ago, I thought, you know, cutting the hedges once a year isn't good enough. We were cutting the lawns roughly every 2 weeks in the growing season. But what I did, I re-quoted it, and what I did, I just quoted a set amount of time per year and divided that by 12. So we'll get 12 equal payments per month throughout the year. So even this year, I didn't come here in January and February, and I've still got some money. So it's not like you're making more money, but it's a better way of managing your finances and streamlining a little bit. So there's less work when it comes to actually invoicing as well. But what we do is use our software to keep a note of how many hours we do here. So basically, the people in the factory, all they want to do is drive in and out here and it to look reasonably tidy. And I haven't spoken to anyone this year so far here. We just do the work, send the invoice and get paid, and that's the way I like it. But hedges wise, you know, a lot of jobs are like residential jobs, you cut them twice a year. But what I'm doing here now, because we've got an agreed amount of hours, we're going to cut the hedges in sections when we come. So we have to come here at least twice a month in the growing season to cut the grass. You know, you can't let the grass get too long, because if you do that, you know, you start overworking your machines and your visits will get longer, and you want to keep a bit of quality as well. But what we'll do, as soon as these hedges start growing a little bit, I'll start, like, when I turn up and Michael's mowing, I might just trim the tops, or I might just trim one side of one section, and this way it's a bit like painting the Forth Bridge. We're keeping on top of it all the time and it never becomes a big job. And the good thing about that, it's good on my body as well, because I'm not here for a day cutting edges all day. And I'll tell you what kind of wrecked my body early in my business was all these all-day hedge trimming jobs. I used to do an awful lot of all-day trimming jobs, but the jobs I like now is where I can use different muscles throughout the day. So I can do some mowing, I can clear the car parks, and I do some hedge trimming, but I'm not doing you know, too much in one day. So, you know, it's like if you go to the gym, if you go to the gym every day and work the same muscle, your muscles don't really recover properly, do they? So I think that's what happened to me in probably the first 8 years, 10 years of my business. Is too many of these all-day hedge trimming jobs. I've had issues with my upper back. Touch wood, my lower back through my working career has been really good, but I've had problems with my upper back, like pains, and it goes very tight sometimes in my upper back. So I don't really want the all-day hedge trimming jobs anymore, but I've still got a few because I like going them, and through the summer we'll tend to do them on the weekend or something like that. And I like meeting up with the customer again. But going forward, I don't take many of these all-day, you know, sort all my garden problems out in one day sort of jobs. I'm sort of moving away from them because we've got to last. I've got to last in this job for, you know, maybe another 20 years possibly. So yeah, got to look after my body. So guys, I'm gonna crack on now and start clearing this car park, and that's my morning ramble over and done with. So I will see you later. Bye for now.